Hello everyone, Mason here. How are you doing? Today I'm going to be doing the Moody Book Tag, but first I've got some good news and an announcement to make. Last night this channel hit 100 subscribers. At the time of recording we're actually at 106.
Awesome!
I know. I wasn't expecting to get here, especially not this fast. When I started Booktube, I didn't do it with any particular goal in mind. All I was thinking of was getting back into reading, sharing my opinions, doing something creative and making some new friends along the way. Honestly, right now, I couldn't be happier with how things are going. These last few months have been fantastic. I've met some great people that have already become good friends. You've all supported me as much as possible, cheered me on every chance that you've got. It's been great for my self-confidence, so thank you very much. I am extremely grateful. I wanted to do something special to celebrate, and I thought it'd be fun to do a Q&A. So whether it's books, blindness or life in general, if you've got a question, drop them in the comments section and I'll answer them in a separate Q&A video in a few days' time. I was tagged by Pay over at Attention to do the Moody Book Tag, which is what I'm going to do right now. This was a good one, so thanks Pay. 1. Do you consider yourself a mood reader? Yes, I do, 100%. I am severely unorganised. I never know what I'm going to read, I never know what's coming next. I see a book, I read the description, and I think, yeah, that sounds good, and that's what I end up reading. I've already told you that I've got a weakness for the Audible daily reads for $1.99. They're irresistible, I just can't stop buying them. Help me. 2. Do you make TBRs, and do you stick to them? Do I make TBRs? No. Why? Because I wouldn't stick to them. It's as simple as that really. I don't like feeling obligated. I don't want to say I'm going to read X book this month and end up not reading it. To tell you the truth, discovering Booktube has been like walking into a gigantic sweet store that contains all sorts of tasty treats, but every time you reach for one, the owner of the store points out something else and you end up never knowing what you want to pick up. It doesn't help that in general I am terrible at decision making, I'm just hopeless. So yeah, TBRs are a no-no. 3. Do books affect you emotionally? Does the mood of the book rub off on you? Yeah, it tends to be honest. That's why I don't read much horror, or any horror. It doesn't take too much to scare me. When I read The Poet, that wasn't even scary, but I still found myself checking that all the doors were locked and imagining people at the windows. I empathise heavily with characters. I've often joked in the past that I'm some sort of opposite psychopath. I empathise and invest too much. If a book is tense, I'll be tense. If it's sad, I'll be sad. If a character's going through something annoying, I'll be mad for them. If they're having a nice time, I'll be happy. So yeah, the mood of a book definitely rubs off on me and affects my emotions. And I'm happy with that. I think it's a good thing. 4. What do you read when you're sad? Do you read when you're sad? I don't know, to be honest, I don't tend to get sad that often. I'm a fairly easygoing person. In fact, I'm a bit of a man-child. I don't find it easy to take life seriously a lot of the time. I live with my best friend, and she's equally as childish as I am, so in general, I'm quite happy. I probably would read when I'm sad. I'd just go for something light-hearted and easy to read, because if the book was sad, that would make me feel even worse. And why would I do that to myself? 5. Do you read to escape, learn, or critically reflect? I think it depends on how you look at it. Do I read to learn? I'm not sure. I haven't read much non-fiction. I think all the non-fiction books I've read have been autobiographies. This should be embarrassing, let's tell you about that. As a kid, huge Doctor Who fan. It started up again just as I joined high school. I fancied Billie Piper just a little bit, so I ended up reading her autobiography. I've always been fascinated by amnesia. In the UK we have a show called Top Gear, which is about cars. I'm not into cars, but one of the presenters, Richard Hammond, had a high-speed car crash that led to him having amnesia. His autobiography focused heavily on that event, as well as the process of trying to regain his memories. I found that interesting, so I read that. I'm also a professional wrestling fan, so I've read autobiographies by both Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan. As embarrassing as it is, I really do think that's all the non-fiction that I've read. 4 books. It's well embarrassing. So yeah, I think the answer would be that I read to escape. Although, the reason that I enjoy reading is so that I can see the world through different eyes. So I guess you could say that I'm learning about different people's experience, even if they are fictional. I do like listening to people give critical analysis though. One of the reasons that I enjoy Crypto and Una over at the Codex Cantina is that their videos always get me thinking about something. I've been listening to Attention's literary analysis series, and I've been trying to take those theories on board so that I can get better at reviewing books and not just be like, yeah, that was good, or don't read it, that was bad. 6. Name a book that made you laugh out loud. As I said in the respective reviews for both of these books, The Switch and The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary had me laughing out loud on multiple occasions. I can't really think of any others, to be honest, although because I love the film so much, I am desperate to get to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy at some point, and when that happens, I'm anticipating to laugh a lot. 7. Name a book that made you cry, or that you at least found moving. I have never cried at a book in my entire life.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Alright, yeah, that was a barefaced lie. In the past, I've cried at plenty of books. I think I cried the first time I read Oblivion by Anthony Horowitz. I know that I cried at the end of The Half-Blood Prince, and the moment where Sam picks up Frodo to carry him up Mount Doom. Every time. Every single time. I think I tend to cry at TV more, I'm not sure why. I feel like it might be the music. I'm quite heavily affected emotionally by music. So when there's a dramatic scene that's undercut by some amazing song, I just can't help but cry. So far this year, I haven't read anything that's actually made me cry. I just haven't had that emotional connection to anything yet. I was quite moved by The Switch, though, with its exploration of grief and loss of a family member. Trust me though, when it happens, you'll know about it. 8. Name a book about which you didn't know how to feel. I actually have 2 answers for this. The first one is Ilium by Dan Simmons. It's a sci-fi reimagining of the Trojan War. It's got aliens and elements of time travel. At the end, I had no idea how to feel. I never ended up picking up the sequel though. Maybe it's something I'll go back to in the future. Who knows? I am a mood reader after all. The second one is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Now I've never read The Wizard of Oz, but I did enjoy the film. And in high school I had a friend that played the Wicked Witch of the West on stage. I don't know how, but I found out that Wicked was a thing. A retelling of Wizard of Oz that follows the Wicked Witch of the West? Yes, please. I wasn't expecting the weird sex parties though.
What?
Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of sex in Wicked.
Nice.
Can you not do that, you proper lowering the tone of the video? Overall, I did enjoy Wicked, I just didn't expect it to be as adult as it was. Hopefully one day I'll get the chance to see the musical and read Wizard of Oz, because that's something that I just need to do. 9. Are you more likely to read on a sunny or cloudy day? Well, the truth is I can't really tell the difference. You see, I'm blind and...
Blah, blah, blah!
Mate, you're getting too big for your boots. Settle down before we have a problem. Truth is, even if I wasn't blind, I wouldn't care. Rain, sun, sleet, snow, I read in my living room, so it wouldn't matter. 10. Do you set the mood? No. 11. Can you leap from book to book, or do you need a buffer period? Yeah, I tend to need a buffer period, only a day or two, just to process what I've just read, work out how I feel about it, savour the flavour. I feel like if I move on to the next thing immediately, I don't have time to appreciate it. Tag time. Who do I want to tag? Let's go with Overly Average Ben, because I love his channel, it's great. We'll go with Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative, and Very Literary Kari. I only recently found her channel, like yesterday, but she was sent over here by our friend in common, Lady Jane Books, and I'm quite excited to get to know her. So, there we go. That's about it for today then. Remember, if you're interested, get your questions in for the Q&A, and if you've had a good time today, say hi in the comment section and we can have a chat. Then, give the like button a slap, because he's been a right pain in the arse during this video. Subscribing will make sure that you never miss any of my future content. The link to my Twitter is in the description. Thanks ever so much for spending time with me today, guys. Until next time, take care. For now, I'm off, and you should have a good one.